So in the last video I did, we talked about when to have the talk. In other words, when do you have the talk with your young person about what it is that they want to do with their life? And in this video, what I want to do is I want to talk about the two different perspectives that you and your son or daughter come with when you come into the room and you have that particular conversation. And it's important to note that, when you have the upbringing of a child in place, a lot of your preferences are reflected in them. A lot of them aren't. But in this particular instance, you have two vastly different perspectives that you need to know about and that they need to know about in terms of moving forward when talking about long-term goals. The first being the perspective of the young person. And this is much like standing on the beach of a deserted island in the middle of nowhere with a boat and a paddle and thinking about life in terms of setting out on a direction and going in this direction, sticking to it. And if you stick to it long enough, you're going to get to where you want to go, whatever that is, whatever that nebulous idea out there is. And there are some problems with this perspective. For instance, you don't know if there's going to be bad weather. You don't know if there are creatures from under the sea that could pose problems or difficulties for you along the way. You don't know about perhaps trade winds or anything that's going to affect your journey in terms of the size of the waves that you'll have to overcome to get to where you want to go. So there's a bit of naivete in terms of they really don't know exactly what it is that they're in for when they set out on that particular direction. Contrast that to your perspective as an adult, and your perspective is more or less likely looking out upon a mountain range. And again, each of these mountain range peaks is associated with a different job description or a different job title or a different job aspiration. Some of these peaks are taller than others, meaning they're more difficult than others. Some of these are closer to you, some of them are more distant. And you, because of your experience, you can see which ones are close, which ones are far away, which ones are difficult, which ones are easy. That is until you reach the problem with this particular perspective in that it's biased. And it's incredibly biased because what you may think is difficult, your son or daughter may see as something easy or maybe perhaps even just challenging. What they may see as easy or what they may see as difficult, you may see as easy there as well. Perhaps again because you had different life experiences in terms of the skills and abilities that you have to get certain things done. So when you come to the table, both of you have rather biased and difficult and flawed perspectives about how this conversation needs to work out. Therefore, this is why you need to work out between the two of you a good idea of what it is that they want to do that you can agree on. Because then you can be assured that there is something out there, there's a peak they're going after that isn't too difficult, isn't too hard, or at least you understand it from them that it's not too difficult or too hard. And they also have the confidence in knowing that they have your support in going after that particular mountain peak that you want to go after there as well. So those are the two different perspectives that you come with into the room when you have that conversation. And so be aware that your experience, yes, does trump their naivete, but their enthusiasm also may trump your interest in a particular task that they would like to achieve there as well. I hope this has given you some insight into the conversation. And please drop a comment, a like, and a subscription to our YouTube channel. And as always, never let your dream die before you do, and never let your children's dreams die before they do, of course, as well. I'll see you next time. Thanks for joining me.